The Lincoln Memorial University men's volleyball team returns to the friendly confines of the Mary E. Mars Gymnasium today as they take on the Pioneers from Tusculum University. Hello and good afternoon, everybody. I'm Rusty Peace here in Mary E. Mars Gymnasium, and the second time these two teams from the South Atlantic Conference have squared off this year. The last time, way back on February 2nd, that was over in Greenville, Tennessee. Rail Splitters eking out a 3-2 win over the Pioneers. Since that time, however, the Rail Splitters have been on a roll. They're only 2 losses to Emmanuel. That was on the 13th, the 3-1 setback down in Franklin Springs, Georgia. And then, of course, over in Charlotte against Queens University, that was on March the 13th. So the 13 not too lucky for the Rail Splitters, as it would be for most people and most teams. LMU falling in that one 3-2 at the hands of the Royals. Since that time, the Rail Splitters have defeated Limestone right here. Actually, that was in Gaffney, South Carolina. King here at home 3-0. And the LMU men now 7-8 overall as they prepare for their second and final regular season meeting here at home with the Pioneers. Now, the two could potentially, actually, they do have another meeting. That's going to be at 3:30 on April the 10th. I'm not certain if, in fact, that will be counted as a SAC match. I know that there are some matches this year in certain sports that are not, and it is very uncommon for them to face off more than 2 times. But we can find that out between now and the end of the broadcast, and we certainly hope that you'll be with us here throughout the afternoon as Lincoln Memorial looks to even the score here today and take it actually to a 2-0 over Tusculum. Going back to the win over in Greenville, they look to even the score here in Harrogate and keep the home court sacred, if you will. We're going to take a brief timeout. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the starting lineup as Lincoln Memorial plays host to Tusculum University. We're going to be back right here through the LMU Sports Network and SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference.
Danny England Motors in New Tazewell is celebrating over 43 years of continuing automotive excellence. As the ultimate destination for an unparalleled automotive experience, we proudly capture the best in world-class nameplates and create win-win deals from shopping to finance to our premium customer care services that cater to your busy lifestyle. Danny England Motors, the people you know, the name you trust. Start your complete buying process online at DannyEnglandMotors.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Whether traveling for business or pleasure, Sleep Inn and Suites of Middlesboro, Kentucky invites you to dream better here. Located at the foothills of the Cumberland Gap, Sleep Inn and Suites offers luxurious rooms equipped with microwave fridge combo, desk, ergonomic chair, wireless internet, and 32-inch flat-screen TV. While staying with us, visit our fitness center, wake up to our complimentary hot breakfast bar, or have a bedtime snack with our fresh-baked cookies. Sleep Inn and Suites, located off Highway 25E, Middlesboro.
If you love concerts and live theater, going to baseball games, and eating in restaurants, inside, if you love parties and the small talk with the guy who makes you iced coffee the right way, then wear a mask and let's beat this virus so we can get back to the things we love. Mask up, America.
Lincoln Memorial University is proud to announce new programs in physical therapy and occupational therapy. Launching in May of 2021, both of these programs lead to a fantastic career where you'll help others improve their lives every day. Located in our state-of-the-art facilities at LMU Knoxville, you'll learn from experienced educators in an interprofessional setting. These full-time programs provide you with a great path to a well-paid and in-demand career in healthcare. At LMU, we've designed programs that will take you from inspired to hired.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there, and they never tasted this good.
From good food to good music, Angelo's in the Gap has your recipe for a good time. Whether it's our signature cuisines, piping hot and fresh from the oven, or our cold selection of domestic beers and other adult beverages, Angelo's blends your taste buds with the finest local music around Wednesday through Saturday night. If you're looking to unwind or to begin pregame, catch Angelo's Happy Hour from 4 to 6 p.m. daily in the vault. Angelo's open 4 to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to midnight Friday, noon to midnight on Saturday, and noon to 9 p.m. Sunday. Angelo's in the Gap.
Commercial Bank is your neighborhood bank. What makes us different from other banks? We understand that every customer has unique opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. We don't expect you to fit into the same box as the next person or business. Whether it's purchasing a home, saving for your child's future, or planning for your next vacation, we're with you every step of the way to navigate life's big decisions. Commercial Bank, life made better.
Welcome back to Harrogate, Tennessee. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for today. First of all, for the Pioneers, they will come into this one today at a clip of 1-9 on the year. They're struggling a bit. They're under the direction of head coach Eddie Pennington in his second season at the helm. Caleb Slater will make the start today. He's wearing jersey number 1, 6'7" middle blocker, sophomore out of Chesapeake, Virginia. After that, it's Dane Lope. He is a 6'2" freshman outside hitter out of Mandeville, Louisiana. Lucas Blanco will start at the center position, a 6'3" sophomore from Miami, Florida. Taylor Phillips makes the start at libero. He's a freshman out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Peter Stewart makes the start as well at libero, a graduate student out of Castleberry, Florida. He's 5'11". I think it's Shafar Grant, if I'm not mistaken. Shafar, a 6'3" middle blocking sophomore out of Kingston, Jamaica. He makes the start today as well. And finally, Hunter Walk will start at outside hitter, a 6'4" sophomore from Chesapeake, Virginia as well. Rail Splitters under the fourth-year direction of head coach John Cash, and they have been on a pretty good tear over the last several matches. LMU with only 2 losses since way back at the beginning of the month of February, and that was the last time they faced off against Tusculum over in Greenville, a 3-2 decision. So the starting lineup looks like this. Dawson Walker will make the start. He's a 6'7" middle-hitting right-sider out of Inglewood, Ohio. Atia Solomon also starting at defensive specialist / libero, 5'8", technically still as a freshman out of Hilliard, Ohio. Logan Curley makes the start, a junior 6'2", outside hitter out of Penn Valley, California. I'm having a problem getting the words out today. Pedro Carvalho makes the start at middle hitter, a 6'7" senior out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Jacob Titus, who's been hitting well lately, leads the Rail Splitters in kills. He's a 6'4" sophomore out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. A.J. Risby making the start at center today, 6'7", a junior out of Edwardsville, Illinois. Matt Breidenbaugh starting at the defensive specialist position as well. He'll share time with Solomon, a 6-foot junior out of Brookville, Ohio. And Justin Scharfenegger, a 6'6" right side hitter out of Columbus, Ohio. He's only a freshman. He'll make the start as well. John Cash, tough to beat here in Mary E. Mars. We have seen a few of those, but a guy that has really come in and invigorated this program with his energy, and his team emulates that when they're out there on the floor anytime they take the floor, especially here in Mary E. Mars, where they want things to be exceptionally hard for teams to come and play. The power of the Rail Splitter lineup is certainly on the inside with both Carvalho and Dawson Walker. The two have combined for a pile of big-time plays this year. both leading the Rail Splitters in hitting percentage. Carvalho at .395, Walker at .383. And in terms of the number of kills, the Rail Splitters are led by Jacob Titus with 124, but he is hitting at a 189 clip and needs to improve that area somewhat. Side Out will be with the Pioneers to open this match. This is a production of the LMU Sports Network. And any rebroadcast, reuse, or retransmission of any kind without the express written consent of Lincoln Memorial University, LMUIS, and the LMU Sports Network is prohibited. Your crew for today, Adam Haley is your director, Jessica Jackson on camera along with Caitlin Chadwell. Your floor director is Julia Valls. And we are set to get underway here in Harrogate, Tennessee. Rusty Peace with you on this Friday afternoon. Uncharacteristic early match for a Friday. Breidenball receives the set to the near side, and Titus on the attack for the kill. Just like you drew it up, 1, 2, 3, good receive, good passing, and a nice job of putting it away by Titus. Some student body coming in. I don't think they're actually supposed to be sitting on this side of the floor, but they are. I think that might be Frank White Academy. Set to the far pin, hit across and in on the back corner by the Pioneers, and the kill tallied by Hunter Walk, the 6'4 sophomore out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Pioneers have had a tough way of going. They have lost 9 out of 10 this year, and under the second-year direction of head coach Eddie Pennington, as we mentioned earlier. Set for the post, and actually a little bit over far to the left was Carvalho, but he managed to make it count, and it came off the block to regain side out for the Rail Splitters. 2-1 LMU. And back to serve is Jacob Titus. Played at Station Camp High School down in Hendersonville. Nice serve on the delivery. Swatted across, Solomon with a dig, punched across by Mr. Soft Serve himself. There's Solomon with another dig. Set this time for Curley off the block, and that'll be a point to Lincoln Memorial. Clearly tipped that time by the front line of Tusculum. And it is 3-1 Rail Splitters here in the early minutes. Titus maintaining side out for Lincoln Memorial. LMU in action again this coming Friday. We'll have that coverage here through the LMU Sports Network. Lady Rail Splitters also playing, and that's unprecedented for the two to play in the same day. Typically, women's volleyball a fall sport. Titus on the tip across. Set to the far post. There's the LMU block. Showing some effort up there. Joust at the net, and Curley will win it. That's called weight room. Nice recovery, though, by Lucas Blanco, who just did a Jean-Claude Van Damme right off the floor. I'd like to see that in instant replay, but we don't have that with this TriCaster. 4-1. Here's Titus on serve. And a fault on the serve, if you will. Stepped across the line. The line judge caught him. And thus, side out will go now to the Pioneers. This is Hunter Walk. Trips the tape as it goes across, set to the near pin. Curley finds the angle and puts it in toward the back corner. Another good effort by Walk to make the dig, but he was just a shade out of position. Rail Splitters regaining side out with that kill, and now Pedro Carvalho, who is just such a team leader, will have serve for the Rail Splitters. 6-7. And he'll have the service error as well, something that the Rail Splitters have done a pretty good job of limiting as of late, but it is something that creeps its head up every so often. So Tusculum takes side out again, and this is Caleb Slater, 6'7" sophomore out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Scharfenaker on the attack. Great dig by Titus, and now put away by Curley into the block. The blocking error by Grant and Blanco. Out of the lineup for the Pioneers comes Slater, and returning, I believe that was Lope. 6-3, Scharfenaker's first serve of the match. Trips the tape as well. Set to the middle, swatted across. Good recovery by Curley. Titus drops it in shy of the back line, and Lincoln Memorial seems to be cruising along. Scharfenegger, typically the Rail Splitters' best server on the year, leads LMU in service aces with 13 this season. Set to the far pin. Hit across, great dig by Solomon, but unable to keep it in play, and the kill will go to Lope. Just the response time of some of these young men when you get a smoked ball like Lope just sent across the net. It'd be enough just to move out of the way or get a hand up, but they can actually control it. Scharfenegger blocked out off the back line. You think that had some smoke on it? Tusculum had a pretty good wall up there in Lope and also Grant, but they couldn't keep it in play. 8-4, side out, back with Lincoln Memorial, and this is Logan Curley out of Penn Valley, California. Played at Nevada Union High School. Curley hits one toward the back line. Across the grain, kept alive by Solomon, and that will be a point for Tusculum. Pioneers keeping it tight here early. This match went 3-2 in favor of the Rail Splitters over in Greenville. Floating serve, Curley receives, set to the middle. Walker swats and is rejected. And I think Grant got all of it despite the fact that he had his teammate Tom Cate up there. Cate, 6'3" sophomore out of Edgewater, Maryland. It'll probably go in the book as a block assist, but I'm fairly sure Grant got all of it. Set for Titus at the net. And there is Walker, who redeemed himself a bit by putting that one away early. Caught that one coming across and didn't wait on a set. He just wanted to attack. 9-6 Lincoln Memorial. Walker earns serve. Set near pin into the LMU block, and there is Mr. Carvalho along with his teammate Jacob Titus to tally the block assist. Coach Pennington now getting the clarification from the official in regard to that front row. Walker will make a run on it again, takes it down the line. That's a poor reception on Walk's part, but the Pioneers do keep it alive. Hit across by Grant. Set near pin. Titus swats it into the front row. And again, the Rail Splitters there, as that's Carvalho and Risby, but unable to keep it in play, and Grant will have serve for the Pioneers. Ten 7, Lincoln Memorial. Grant to the back row. Curley receives, set to the middle. Carvalho puts it away. We talked about the streak that John Cash and his club have been on since the month of February began. They began that streak with the win over Tusculum. And that was after a very rough start, to say the least. Nice swing by the Pioneers' Hunter Walk. And he gets some applause from his teammates as teammate Tom Cate will go back to serve. And it's a 3-point set here in Harrigan. We were told during the break that the Tusculum is not in the IVA. So this is not a conference matchup. Scharfenegger across to the deep corner, denied back there by the defensive specialist. Cate down line with it. Scharfenegger calls everyone off, and now it's hit across off the back row attack by Curley, and he'll total the kill. He came up on that one quickly, but was well above it and got a lot of downswing on it to close the distance a bit. Jacob Titus to serve, 12-8 Lincoln Memorial. Just off the back line, nice let by the Pioneers, as that was Phillips and Lope, I believe. Actually, Phillips and Cate. Hard to really tell the number on the jersey of the defensive specialist. I just identified Taylor Phillips. Hunter Walk to serve. That one had some velocity on it. Here's Scharfenegger right after the defensive specialist. And LMU will get it right back. A few fans on a hand here today, a couple of the student body and some parents. Of course, we're well below the percentage allowed for these matches, but there are a few fans on hand. 13-9, Carvalho to serve for Lincoln Memorial. Hit that one fat, and it will just float off the back line. Looked like it might fall in, but the line judges said, nope, you ran out of real estate, Mr. Carvalho. Caleb Slater. There was a Caleb Slaughter at the South Atlantic Conference office a couple years ago, and I don't know why I'm saying that, as that one is hit by Slater off the back line. But I'm looking at that, and it's clearly Slater. Having a minor case of dyslexia today, I guess. I don't know. 14-10, Lincoln Memorial. Scharfenaker serves off the back line, and the errors are starting to pile up now for Lincoln Memorial in various categories. Not as crisp as we've seen them, but if you look at the last outing they had, that was against King. It was a 3-0 decision back on Tuesday here in Mary Mars. Short serve, knuckleball. Scharfenaker off the back line and blocked over the net, but out of play. It'll stay with Lincoln Memorial for side out. Logan Curley now for the Rail Splitters. LMU lead back to 4. Curley hits it to the near sideline. And a little communication problem by the Pioneers as the set was back from Blanco toward Grant, but Grant just swatted and missed the whole thing. Stretched out as far as he could and couldn't come up with it. LMU lead now at 5 as Curley steps back there for his second serve consecutively. Down line, taken back there by Walk and hit right toward the center of the floor. And a double called on the set by the Pioneers as Coach Pennington is forced to call a timeout. 17-11 Lincoln Memorial. We'll break away for this message, and we'll be back with more volleyball here on the LMU Sports Network.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
Ready!
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Whether it's for the big game or a good time, Pappy's is your celebration destination. Locally owned and operated, Pappy's has been serving the area for more than 35 years and has over 500 foreign and domestics to choose from, as well as other craft beers, growlers, kegs, champagne, and a wide selection of wines. Pappy's also carries many of your favorite and hard-to-get snacks, camping supplies, t-shirts, hoodies, koozies, and more. Pappy's even has storage units for rent and carries ethanol-free gasoline. Pappy's, open 7 days a week just off Highway 58 on Station Creek Road, Ewing.
Rail Splitters starting to get a level of separation between they and the Pioneers here midway through set 1 as they lead it 17-11. First time out burned by either team, and Coach Pennington down to 1. Coach Cash still with 2. As the LMU lineup is Walker, Rizvi, Titus, Solomon, Scharfenaker, and Curley. Curley holding side out for the Rail Splitters. Largest the LMU lead has been, and that's 6. Curley served to the near sideline, taken by Lope. Swatted off the back row, actually tipped by Lincoln Memorial. And the kill will go to Shafar Grant. I think they probably bailed him out there. I don't believe that one would have stayed in play. He hit it quite hard. Titus on the run, and right at the right outstretched arm of Lucas Blanco. So LMU's lead quickly back to 6 as they hold an 18-12 margin, and that's going to put Dawson Walker back to serve. Had the opportunity to briefly meet his mother in the last home match, set toward the far pin, and Tusculum wanting a tip. The line judge from the back is going to say, in fact, it was, and that kill will go to Walk. It's amazing how much of a small world it really is. Walker's mom, actually a friend of mine that went to school here back about 20 years ago and knew each other and still know each other in the Ohio area. Back set for Scharfenaker, off the block and in play. It never ceases to fail, though. You'll go someplace and maybe you'll be wearing some LMU attire or a hat or a jacket or something like that, and somebody will stop you in a rest area or a restaurant or hotel or something like that. I went to LMU, or I know someone from LMU. Solomon unable to make the dig, as that one was put away off the front row by Caleb Slater, and he really tattooed that one. Pioneers closing the gap a little bit as it's now a 5-point set. And once again back to serve is Tom Cate. Floats toward the back line and just out of play. I think Matt Breidenball was sweating that one a little bit as he looked back there and had a big grin on his face when the COVID mask dropped down. 2014, Jacob Titus to serve for Lincoln Memorial. Set to the far pin, knocked across by Walk, and Solomon again unable to get there. Good decision by Walk. He's really kind of kept LMU on their heels a bit and off balance, mixing things up. Mars Gym sporting some new LED lighting today, and they're not done yet. They're going to replace the middle row, I think, this coming week. They've replaced both sides, and if things look a little brighter in here today, it is not your screen. You don't need to adjust it. Another point for the Pioneers, and they have now pulled to within 4. John Cash trying to show a little confidence in his team. Let him play through it here. 2016, side out staying with Tusculum. Here's Walk on the approach. Curley digs toward the net. That's a cross. Carvalho will dig it up. Set for Scharfenaker. And a poor reception by Walk back there on that back row, and that'll give side out back to the Rail Splitters. LMU knocking on the door. Rail Splitters hoping to sweep in 3 today. Pedro Carvalho serves across. Walk with the dig. The dump caught nobody off guard, and the attack error on Blanco. He was the one that made the dump. LMU responded with a dig that went across, and then he knocked it out of play. Entering for Lincoln Memorial, John Cash getting Jacob Miller in the lineup, 5'9" freshman out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. He played at Beach High School. And we have our final timeout upon us. 22-16 Rail Splitters. Back with more after back there. Starts his run and the service error. Now what they're supposed to do is make me look like I know what I'm talking about instead of committing an error right there, but the no-no by Mr. Scharfenaker. Pioneers with a glimmer of hope now. They'll have to run the table to get it done. Floating serve, Titus takes. Back set, Scharfenaker off the back row. Karams off the block, and that'll do it. 25-18, Lincoln Memorial taking a 1-0 lead here after set 1. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at those statistics. Back with more Rail Splitter Volleyball right after this.
Danny England Motors in New Tazewell is celebrating over 43 years of continuing automotive excellence. As the ultimate destination for an unparalleled automotive experience, we proudly capture the best in world-class nameplates and create win-win deals from shopping to finance to our premium customer care services that cater to your busy lifestyle. Danny England Motors, the people you know, the name you trust. Start your complete buying process online at DannyEnglandMotors.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Lincoln Memorial University is proud to announce new programs in physical therapy and occupational therapy. Launching in May of 2021, both of these programs lead to a fantastic career where you'll help others improve their lives every day. Located in our state-of-the-art facilities at LMU Knoxville, you'll learn from experienced educators in an interprofessional setting. These full-time programs provide you with a great path to a well-paid and in-demand career in healthcare. At LMU, we've designed programs that will take you from inspired to hired.
Welcome back to Harrogate, Tennessee. Statistically speaking, Tusculum actually hitting 304 in that first set. Not too shabby. Leading the way was Hunter Walk with 4 kills. Dane Lope with 3, 2 by Shafar Grant. For Lincoln Memorial, Rail Splitters hitting 720. That's knocking the cover off of it. Justin Scharfenacre with 7 kills, while Logan Curley had 6, Jacob Titus 3, and Pedro Carvalho 2. From a setting standpoint, A.J. Risby doing a pretty good job running the offense, 15 assists rather. And a total of 2 blocking errors, 1 reception error, 6 service errors. That's the one area that I'm sure John Cash would like to clean up a little bit. And 1 attack error for Tusculum. 3 attack errors, 1 set error, 1 service error, no reception errors according to this, and 2 blocking errors. So with that being said, Lincoln Memorial on top 1-0 after the opening set. And now it will be side out to the Rail Splitters as the Pioneers had the opening serve of this match. Again, just a reminder, Lincoln Memorial in action again this coming Saturday and Friday. On Friday, they'll take on Limestone. That'll be a 7 p.m. first serve. That'll be a double match with the Lady Rail Splitters. On Saturday, 3 o'clock start against Queens, and LMU will be trying to get a little bit of payback for that road loss over in Charlotte. Waiting on things to get squared away with the lineup. Officials checking things out. Rusty Peace here with you this afternoon. Glad to have you along with us as Lincoln Memorial's men's volleyball team plays one of just a few remaining home matches. You've got this one. I think you've got Limestone, Queens, Alderson, Broadus, and Tusculum again. That's on April 10th. Then you got the IVA tournament, but that's over in Charlotte, North Carolina, according to what we are seeing here. All right, we're set to get underway. Opening serve by A.J. Risby. Floating serve to the front row. Set to the middle, poked across, diving dig by Curley, and net contact by the Pioneers. Looked like Slater might have been the guilty party. No argument from Slater. LMU with a 1-0 start. His side out will stay with Risby. Short serve just across the net. Great effort. Hit to the back row. Curley with the dig. Set to the middle. Carvalho tattoos, but a nice response defensively by the Pioneers' Blanco. And they'll hit it off the back line, or will they? No, that's going to go to the Pioneers. LMU didn't believe that it was, in fact, tipped. But it will go with Tusculum. And we're tied at 1. Back to serve Tom Cate, 6'3" sophomore out of Edgewater, Maryland. Serves the back row. Right ball takes, set by Risby, and Titus. LMU will get the kill. That was just kind of, after Titus made the attack, and it really wasn't much. He just kind of knocked it across. Seemed like the Pioneers were just very out of sync. 2-1 Lincoln Memorial. Jacob Titus again back to serve. On its way, clears the net and is brought out of the hole by Lope. And there's Carvalho again, sending it back express mail. 6'8" of him. He leaps in the air with those big long arms, and I'm telling you, he is a guy that can cover a lot of territory vertically, to say the least. Set to the far pin and hit off the back corner by Walk. That too will stay with the Rail Splitters as Titus continues to hold serve. 4-1, Lincoln Memorial won the opening set 25-18. To the middle of the floor, pulled in by Lope. The attack hit off the back row by Cate. Right now, Coach Pennington's club not having a whole lot of luck. They're just committing a lot of errors, and that's really working against them more so than the Rail Splitters. Titus denied back there by Lope, set to the back row, and again hit off the back line by Lope. Not getting enough snap of the wrist. And Lincoln Memorial doing a good job of getting that separation early in this set. Titus trying to keep it going. That one just off the back line. Atia Solomon out of the lineup. In for Lincoln Memorial, Matt Breidenball. And back for the Pioneers will be Hunter Walk. Breidenball receives. Rizvi, tight ball on the net. And I think they're going to call the Pioneers over. Did give LMU the opportunity to make contact with it. Coach Pennington just coaching his players, not complaining about the call in the least. 7-2 Rail Splitters. And here's Carvalho back to serve. Received by Walk. Set to the far pin. Swatted across off the LMU block, and the kill goes to Dane Lope of Tusculum. That'll get Shafar Grant back in for the Pioneers. Going out of the lineup is Taylor Phillips. Back to serve. It is Caleb Slater. Curley lays out to make the reception, and it's put away by Mr. Scharfenaker. Statistically, Scharfenaker, one of the top guys on this team, offensively that is, and came in with about 165 kills. That's good enough to lead LMU in the category, but hits only 207. I said earlier that Jacob Titus led him, but he does not, in fact. Be interesting to see what Johansson DeGrom could do out there if we could ever get him back in the lineup for more than a match. Hopefully he will be back soon. I think he could add a lot more depth and variety to this Rail Splitter squad. Here's Curley, not a great reception. They'll set for him at the pin. He swats it past the pin. From the far side, Lope denied by Scharfenaker. Here's Curley trying it once more, and this time he'll drop it in on the back row. Good start here in set two by Lincoln Memorial as they're out to a 9-4 lead. Atia Solomon back out on the floor, and that'll put Logan Curley back to serve. New bench getting going right now, trying to get the chant going. Here's Curley on his approach. Tough serve to handle. Grant denied by Solomon. Curley off the back road, and he will get some denial by Walk. Hit across by Phillips. Set middle. Curley from the back row. Point Lincoln Memorial. You're doing a nice job. Timeout Pioneers, 10-4. Lincoln Memorial leading Tusculum here in this battle of East Tennessee rivals. Back with more volleyball right after this.
Whether traveling for business or pleasure, Sleep Inn and Suites of Middlesboro, Kentucky invites you to dream better here. Located at the foothills of the Cumberland Gap, Sleep Inn and Suites offers luxurious rooms equipped with microwave fridge combo, desk, ergonomic chair, wireless internet, and 32-inch flat-screen TV. While staying with us, visit our fitness center, wake up to our complimentary hot breakfast bar, or have a bedtime snack with our fresh-baked cookies. Sleep Inn and Suites, located off Highway 25E, Middlesboro.
If you love concerts and live theater, going to baseball games, and eating in restaurants, inside, if you love parties and the small talk with the guy who makes you iced coffee the right way, then wear a mask and let's beat this virus so we can get back to the things we love. Mask up, America.
Kyle Mabey, now your floor director for this broadcast. He has taken over for Julia Valls, and we appreciate you, the viewers, for watching in on today's broadcast of Lincoln Memorial University men's volleyball. 10-4 start by the Rail Splitters here in set two. LMU up 1-0 already. And it's Logan Curley back to serve. Curley on his approach again. Grant swats it towards the Solomon. And Curley's having a day offensively. I'm glad to see that young man having a great day. not that he has not had big days before, but, he has had to earn his time into this lineup, and he's playing very well. And this is what is be his senior season. 11-4. Side out staying with the Rail Splitters. Curley with a little bit of bite on that serve. Set to the far side. Solomon wore that one a bit as Kate will get the kill. It just comes with the territory. Breidenball back on the floor, and Solomon will step toward the bench. Serve on its way by Lope. Breidenball receives. Set to the near pin. Titus puts it away with authority. This team is such a talented squad. John Cash felt very good about the recruiting class a year ago. Brought in some key players this year as well, but this team has still not been at 100%. Service error by Dawson Walker. One of many today, as the Rail Splitters had 6 in the opening set. That'll put back Shafar Grant for the Pioneers for side out. 12-6 Lincoln Memorial. Serves off the back line, and the 2 trade service errors. A.J. Risby now back to serve for Lincoln Memorial. 6'7" junior out of Edwardsville, Illinois, Metro East Lutheran High School. His father stopping by to say hi in one of the last few broadcasts we've done. Something I don't get to do very often, and that's to talk to the parents, but it's always a pleasure to meet the parents of the young men and women who play for Lincoln Memorial. That last ball put away by Tom Kate of Tusculum, and he'll earn side out with the effort. Breidenball receives. Risby will back set for Titus. He'll carry him off the block. Bailed out back there by Lope. Lope on the back row attack, and Breidenball unable to get under it. LMU crowd wanting a call, and they are in fact going to give it to Lincoln Memorial. And I'm assuming that's a back row attack. Across the plane up there, and that's a no-no. Coach Pennington with no argument, just wanted to get a clarification. So 14-7, Lincoln Memorial. The score on our bug a little incorrect. They'll have to change that. Not much. They'll only have to change it halfway now as it's 14-8. There we go. Hunter Walk to serve for the Pioneers. Back set. Carvalho putting it away. You know, the last broadcast that I did, the thing that Lincoln Memorial did so well, they got the attack going from the inside. When their opponent started keying on that inside play, they got the outsides going, and they just kept them at bay and off balance all night long, and they came away with a 3-0 win. And that's kind of what we're seeing here this afternoon. Down line and put away by the Pioneers' Dane Lope. 15-9 Rail Splitters. Served by Slater. Risby will set for Walker, and he almost caught it and threw it across, but he just got it on the tips of his fingers and located it down the net, which was really cutting a sharp angle, but he just got enough of it to get it across and out of the reach of the defender. Dustin Scharfenaker having a little laugh about it back there as he will have side out for the Rail Splitters. Serve to the back row. Set to Grant. He just swatted it right into an open zone. There must have been some kind of communication problem back there defensively. Nobody even responding to that one. LMU lead whittled back to 6 now, 16-10. His side out will be with the Pioneers, and this is Lucas Blanco. Floating serve, back row. Titus will take. Set by Risby for Scharfenaker. What a back row attack. I mean, he might as well have been right on top of the net. That ball could not have had a fraction when it crossed the tape. (17-10) as Logan Curley goes on serve. Pioneers have already burned one timeout. Here's Curley. Set far side of the floor, knocked up in the air. Kate with the swing. Here's Walker locating to the near side. Good dive by Blanco for the dig, and now net contact by the Rail Splitters. Something you don't see very often, and I'm pretty sure it was A.J. Risby that got into the nylon. He does such a great job of staying out of the net when he sets the ball. In that particular case, I think he was up there ready to block and made some contact. Curley receives. Risby sets for Hunter, or for Titus. Punched across. Scharfenaker with a dig. Here's the set again for Titus. Off the block. Point LMU. That's one thing, you know, LMU has not had the consistency today that we've seen in some of the last few matches, but they have certainly done a nice job of keeping the Pioneers from pairing up multiple points. Set back on the near side of the floor for Kate, and he puts it away off the LMU block. That was Walker on the back row, and Grant will have side out for the Pioneers. Still a 6-point set here as LMU is closing in on victory here in number 2 of the day. Grant down line. Titus to Risby to Carvalho, and he is blocked solo by Caleb Slater, and that's something that doesn't happen very often. Slater looking right at Carvalho and kind of shaking his head with a big grin on it. And Carvalho said, hey, don't get excited about it, buddy. It's not going to happen again. Not a great reception by Curley, but still put away by Scharfenaker. I'll tell you what. I think yesterday, maybe the day before actually, was St. Patty's Day, but the luck of the Irish are still around. There must be some leprechauns running through here somewhere. Wish they'd just bring me the pot of gold. And another kill by Caleb Slater. He's having an afternoon for Tusculum. Slater's a guy that was not under John Cash's radar. He came in hitting at a pretty good clip for the Pioneers. 33 total kills this year, and that was good for tied for second. Timeout on the floor. Rail Splitters on top 20-14. We'll break away with them and be back right after this.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there, and they never tasted this good.
From good food to good music, Angelo's in the Gap has your recipe for a good time. Whether it's our signature cuisines, piping hot and fresh from the oven, or our cold selection of domestic beers and other adult beverages, Angelo's blends your taste buds with the finest local music around Wednesday through Saturday night. If you're looking to unwind or to begin pregame, catch Angelo's Happy Hour from 4 to 6 p.m. daily in the vault. Angelo's open 4 to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to midnight Friday, noon to midnight on Saturday, and noon to 9 p.m. Sunday. Angelo's in the Gap.
Special thanks to all of our broadcast sponsors for the 2020-21 season. Without their support, we could not bring you the broadcast of Lincoln Memorial University Athletics. And, of course, Angelo's, the fine folks down there, Kevin LaRue and company, longtime top-tier sponsor of Lincoln Memorial University Athletics. We appreciate their support. Jacob Titus to serve for the Rail Splitters as LMU is now 5 points away from victory here in set 2. Trying to take a 2-0 lead here against the Pioneers this afternoon. Titus to the back row. Set near side of the floor for Kate, and he'll hit it off the back line. It'll stay with Lincoln Memorial. Jacob Titus has run him off several times today from back there on the service line. Wearing that one-leg sleeve. Swatted on the dump, and nice job by I think that was Kate. Actually, no, that was Lucas Blanco, the setter, that went on the offensive and caught LMU off guard. Back to a 6-point set. Walk to serve. Titus to Risby to Scharfenacre. Not a lot on any of it. And that one put away by Blanco. Beg your pardon, Lope. From my vantage point, it is very tough to make out whether it's number 2 or 3, and that's Lope and Blanco, and it's just a hard angle. The numbers are rather small compared to that of Lincoln Memorial's on the jersey. Titus receives, set middle, Carvalho blocked again, and maybe it will happen again. He had a little bit of an exchange with Carvalho in the last meeting, but he is definitely getting the better end of it right now. Carvalho's going to have to mix things up a little bit. Service error by Walk. And again, the LMU lead is upheld 22-17. So Carvalho will have side out for the Rail Splitters. Serves down line, back row, received by Lopes. They'll set for him as well. Tips across. Risby will dig it up. There's the hit across by Curley. And hit out off the near sideline on lack of communication by the Pioneers. Dane Lope with the hitting error. 23-17 as the lead goes back to 6, and LMU trying to shut the door on the Pioneers with this side out in the next. An ace in on the back row by Carvalho, and we are at set point. Carvalho not necessarily the consistent power at the net today, and now John Cash wants to sub one as he's going to get Nico Triana in the ball game. 6 foot outside hitting redshirt senior out of Miami, Florida. He is somewhat of a crowd favorite. Played for Alonzo and Tracy Morning High School. Triana taking his time back there. Trips the tape, just getting it across. Back row attack by Kate. Here's Curley in on the back line, 25-17. Rail Splitters up 2-0 in this battle of East Tennessee opponents. We're going to take another timeout. We'll be back with more LMU volleyball right after this.
Commercial Bank is your neighborhood bank. What makes us different from other banks? We understand that every customer has unique opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. We don't expect you to fit into the same box as the next person or business. Whether it's purchasing a home, saving for your child's future, or planning for your next vacation, we're with you every step of the way to navigate life's big decisions. Commercial Bank, life made better.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next. We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
Helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Whether it's for the big game or a good time, Pappy's is your celebration destination. Locally owned and operated, Pappy's has been serving the area for more than 35 years and has over 500 foreign and domestics to choose from, as well as other craft beers, growlers, kegs, champagne, and a wide selection of wines. Pappy's also carries many of your favorite and hard-to-get snacks, camping supplies, t-shirts, hoodies, koozies, and more. Pappy's even has storage units for rent and carries ethanol-free gasoline. Pappy's open 7 days a week just off Highway 58 on Station Creek Road, Ewing.
Rail Splitters up 2-0 after a 25-17 victory in set 2. And looking at the statistics now, LMU after 2 sets hitting 592. They've cooled off a bit, but you had to think that that was going to happen. You can't hit 720 all day. Leading the way, Justin Scharfenaker. He had 4 kills in that set. But Logan Curley also coming on strong. He is hitting a blistering 769. 10 kills on 13 total attacks. And he is knocking down the door. But, you know, that's not to be outdone by Justin Scharfenaker. He's hitting 786. So the two combined really leading LMU on the outsides. Rail Splitters not getting a lot of production on the inside today from their middles. But, you know, you go with what works, and you go with it until it doesn't work anymore. The one area that I could see that John Cash might want to encourage some improvement on, and that would be the service. 9 total errors today. 6 of those came in the opening set. So Lincoln Memorial definitely making an improvement, but they like to put a lid on that entirely and not give up any more points than they have to. Set 3 upon us. The side out will go with Tusculum. And a victory here today would move the Rail Splitters to the 500 mark. And quite frankly, that's nothing shy of an astonishing feat, considering that Lincoln Memorial lost 5 straight following the opener against Lees McRae, in which they won 3-0. Actually, they lost 6 straight. They lost to Loyola Chicago, number 5 Lewis, McKendree, Ball State twice, and then to Lindenwood here at home in a 3-1 bout. Since that time, they have gone, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 6-2. So LMU 7-8 overall. And the ship has definitely been turned in the right direction. John Cash and his club looking to finish out regular season play on a strong note here over the next few weeks. Entering the lineup for the first time that I have seen him play this year, Ryan Foy, 6'5", sophomore setter out of Englewood, Ohio, played at Northmont High School. And also in the lineup are Titus Carvalho, Scharfenaker, Breidenbach, and Curley. Curley receives. Foy will make the set. And Titus right in the wheelhouse. Good set by Foy, and he is back. Crowd glad to see him back on the floor. He is one of the great setters that John Cash has brought into this fold. And right back at you comes the attack by Caleb Slater, who continues to have a pretty solid afternoon. For the Pioneers, Slater with only 3 kills according to this. I know that he has had, I don't know if you get credit for the kill with a block or not, but I know he's blocked Carvalho twice. Carvalho and Slater must know each other. They're definitely having some fun. There's Carvalho back at him. He's not really talking a lot of smack. We're seeing more grins coming from Slater as Carvalho regains side out for Lincoln Memorial, and back to serve now goes Jacob Titus. Serve to the back row, taken in by Phillips. Great swing that time by Tusculum's Dane Lope, and a lift, or a double rather, called on Lincoln Memorial on the dig or set. Hard to really say. Not a lot you can do with that one. It was smoked. Pioneers with a 1-point advantage now as serve goes to Lope. Breidenball receives. Back set by Foy. Scharfenaker to the back row, denied by Lope. And the attack error by the Pioneers, Sean Kampshoff, 6'3", right side junior out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Kind of like Louisville, Kentucky. Some people say Louisville, some people say Louisville, some people say Louisville. But it's either Nevada or Nevada, depending on where you're from. I don't know how they say it out there. Dig tight on the net and swatted across for the kill by Lucas Blanco. Again, catching the Rail Splitters off guard, and now it's 4-3 Tusculum. Side out with the Pioneers. Down line, taken by Curley. Tight ball, dug out of the net by Foy. Lucky break for the Rail Splitters. Curley into the block, and that'll fall in play as Jacob Titus decided to let it ride, and it was in on the near sideline. The Pioneers really causing some dysfunction here for the Rail Splitters in set 3. Again, John Cash showing confidence in his team, trying to let them play through it. It's certainly not out of hand or anything like that. Tight ball again, caught coming off and put away by Walk. This seemed to be a recurring theme in a few of the outings that we've seen. LMU will get complacent in this third set. Takes them a little longer than usual to put away the opponent. Set for Curley across the grain. Slater with the dig. Hit across by Kampshoff. Now it's Scharfenaker off the block and in play. Grant got a piece of it. Matthias Solomon back on the floor for Lincoln Memorial. Breidenbach comes off, and that'll leave Justin Scharfenaker for side out. 6-4, Rail Splitters down 2. Pioneers have, for the most part, led since the opening serve. Set for Grant. Solomon catches it on the dig. Titus off the back row. That one as well put away by Walk. Not off the honeycomb, but definitely off one of the auxiliary goals here at the Mars Gym. And the Pioneers are playing inspired here in the third set. 7-4, side out, back with Tusculum. Dawson Walker puts it away off the set by Foy. You can't expect Foy to come back out on the floor and be right in his zone setting-wise, but he's doing a pretty nice job having not played in quite a while. He may have played the other day on that match Tuesday, but if so, I was not here. I was with the Rail Splitter men's basketball team for the region championship, and that one just off the back line on the serve by Curley. Eight 8-5 now, Tusculum, as Walk will have side out. Pioneers with control of this one thus far. Set for Titus. Nice dig by Tusculum. Swinging with a lot more confidence. Curley off the back row, and that one kicked by Scharfenaker, but put away by Kampshoff or Grant. No timeout burned yet by John Cash. Walk with the service here, and that's probably why. He knew that it had happened enough today that it was bound to happen sooner or later. Break serve for Tusculum. Walker to the back row. Set near post, and catching it coming through was Kampshoff. And it will go to Lincoln Memorial. I think there was net contact by the Pioneers, and that would have been, it had to be Kampshoff. No argument from Tusculum. Walk came off the floor, and this will be Walker again to serve. Dane Lope gets it back for Tusculum. Or did he? No, he hit it out of play. Just like that, Rail Splitters now 1 point shy of tying it up at 9-all. Walker, again cut off back there by Phillips. And hit off the far sideline on the attack by Lope. Will they count it? I think they may. Apparently not. Coach Pennington encouraging his team. Ryan Foy over there talking to the podium judge. Coach Pennington trying to get a clarification with his players as well. Actually, it will be Tusculum point. Foy with the dump to the back, caught back there by Lope. And Lope off the block for the point. No, they're going to give it to Lincoln Memorial. The way Carvalho kind of danced away from it from this angle, it looked like it might have made contact with him, but the official right on top of that. So here's Ryan Foy to serve for Lincoln Memorial. Set to the far pin, and Mr. Justin Scharfenaker with the solo. You know, a lot of people don't realize that the guy's 6'6". He can stretch out and he can get up too. Very formidable wall up there. Foy serves down line. Tight ball set right in the wheelhouse for Mr. Caleb Slater. Short serve, Breidenball will take it. Foy sets for Carvalho, who kind of hung in the air. Curley with the dig. Foy will set for Scharfenaker off the tape. And now that one, you got to make a judgment right there. If that ball was off the tape, then it's going to be 4 hits anyway on Lincoln Memorial. If it was off the block, Scharfenaker's got to let that one go because it would have gone out, and I think that he realizes that now. I think the officials would have let that one go. Service error by Sean Kampshoff of Tusculum. So it's 11-10. Lincoln Memorial serving. Down 1. Jacob Titus to serve. Set far side of the floor. Crawls across the tape on the attack by Lope. Curley hits it deep off the inline. And apparently it was tipped. That'll go with Lincoln Memorial as well. Railsplitters getting some breaks again. The Leprechauns hanging around from Wednesday, St. Patty's Day. 12 all. Railsplitters trying to break the Pioneers for the lead here. Just off the back line. It won't happen in this exchange. Service errors have been an ugly part of this game for Lincoln Memorial today. They've not played too poorly in other areas, and they'll get that one back off a floater by Lope. This one appearing to have the makings of going all the way down to the wire, as we are 13 all now here in Harrigan. Pedro Carvalho to serve. On its way, near sideline. Lope receives, set to the middle, swatted across on a vicious swing by Caleb Slater. Tell you what, the guy has been red hot today. Curley receives. Foy will set for Curley. And that's going to come back to Lincoln Memorial as that went off the goal on the far side of the floor. Justin Scharfenaker trying to break the tie as well. LMU has not led, to my knowledge, in this match. They have tied it on numerous occasions. Scharfenaker to serve, 14 all. That one to the back row, tight ball at the net. Walker there to put it away, and I think he had some help from Ryan Foy. First lead of this set by John Cash's club. 15-14, Scharfenaker trying to keep the trend going. LMU crowd trying to spur the effort on. Received by Walk. That was Walker that got a piece of it to send it back. Foy will set. And put away off the back row by LMU's Jacob Titus. He came flying through like Superman. Timeout Tusculum. Railsplitters by 2, 16-14 here in set 3. This is the LMU Sports Network.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new Papadia, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
At Holiday Inn, you know you're staying with the best in the business. That's why at Holiday Inn Express of Middlesboro, our goal is to meet your every need, from our standard rooms to our mini and executive suites. At Holiday Inn Express, we're here to make your stay in the area a relaxing one. Start your day with a delicious breakfast, get a workout in our outdoor pool or fitness center, visit with friends on our patio, or tie up loose ends in our business center. Whatever your need, Holiday Inn Express of Middlesboro has you covered. Let us show you why we're a 3-time award winner with IHG. Holiday Inn Express, Middlesboro.
Welcome back to Harrogate, Tennessee. I want to remind all of our viewers today that should the Rail Splitters go on to win, not only will we be talking with John Cash in the Powerade postgame show, we're going to be talking with a player of the match brought to you by Powerade and the Middlesboro Coca-Cola Bottling Company. That's immediately following today's match, so stay with us. We'll be selecting that match, or that player of the match, should the Rail Splitters go on to win, and hopefully it'll be in 3. Here's Justin Scharfenaker. Another service error for the Tallied here today. And I'm sure that's going to be a sore topic of discussion with Coach Cash, win or lose. That'll put the Pioneers back there for side out. Lucas Blanco to do the honors, sophomore out of Miami. Floating serve, Titus takes. Foy will back set for Scharfenaker. Pulled out by Blanco on the dig. Tight ball to the far side. Good job by Foy and Dawson Walker on the block in the first of 2 attempts. No tip right there. Rexer actually Walk trying to coerce the official into a tip there, no doubt about it. Big point that certainly the Pioneers needed. But LMU will take a 2-point advantage once more, and they'll regain side out. LMU has fought their way back into this one to take the lead. Curley. Walk denies him on the near sideline. Here's the attack from Kampshaw. Curley off the block. And without question, Grant getting a piece of that. Well, I'll tell you what, Logan Curley's had a day. Still hitting with an incredible percentage. 18-15, largest lead of this set by Lincoln Memorial. Curley. Walk with the reception, set to Grant. Solomon with kind of, I don't know, he made a great effort to come up with the dig, but it was short-lived to Titus, and Titus couldn't do a lot with it. Didn't get enough of it, didn't have any pop off of it. Titus just had the arm out there, and it caromed off of it. Breidenball lays out for it. Set for Titus. Did he hit the pin? He did. And that will go with the Pioneers, tightening things even further as we're now 1 point apart, 18-17. You had to figure that Tusculum would come out with a little more fight here in set 3. Their lives depend on it. But they too have endured their share of the errors today, and a lot of them have been service errors. Dawson Walker to serve for Lincoln Memorial. The LMU is starting to sense the urgency of the moment. Tipped across, Scharfenaker with the dig, set for Titus. That one goes back across and hit to the back corner by Grant. Grant holding that left wrist as though it might have hurt him a little bit, but he seems to be shaking it off. He'll have serve for Tusculum. Loading serve, Curley to Foy. To Titus, untouched and out of play, and now we are deadlocked at 19, if I'm not mistaken. So it is the Pioneers that are trying to stretch things out here today. Keep in mind, the last meeting went down in favor of Lincoln Memorial, 3-2 over in Greenville. Grant serves to the back row. Curley, tight ball in the net. Foy wins the joust. He knew that it was going to be impossible to set that ball, and he powered it through below the hands of the defender. LMU add one. 2019 Rail Splitters. Foy earning serve. And he'll give it right back. Here's Kampshoff. Foy will set middle. Curley takes the swing. Kept alive by Tusculum as Lope hit it back and across to Kampshoff, but he has the hitting error. And don't be surprised if you see Coach Pennington burn his final timeout if LMU tallies another point right here. Jacob Titus gives LMU a 1-point lead, 21-20 here late in set 3. Tight ball, and put away by Scharfenaker. And there's the timeout by the Pioneers. 22-20, Rail Splitters knocking on the door of a 3-0 sweep. We're back with more right after this.
Danny England Motors in New Tazewell is celebrating over 43 years of continuing automotive excellence. As the ultimate destination for an unparalleled automotive experience, we proudly capture the best in world-class nameplates and create win-win deals from shopping to finance to our premium customer care services that cater to your busy lifestyle. Danny England Motors, the people you know, the name you trust. Start your complete buying process online at DannyEnglandMotors.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Lincoln Memorial University is proud to announce new programs in physical therapy and occupational therapy. Launching in May of 2021, both of these programs lead to a fantastic career where you'll help others improve their lives every day. Located in our state-of-the-art facilities at LMU Knoxville, you'll learn from experienced educators in an interprofessional setting. These full-time programs provide you with a great path to a well-paid and in-demand career in healthcare. At LMU, we've designed programs that will take you from inspired to hired.
Rail Splitters on top, 22-20 here in set 3, taking a 2-0 lead over the Pioneers and trying to get it done here today in 3. Again, don't forget, Lincoln Memorial in action again on Friday. That'll be a double match with the Lady Rail Splitters. They'll get the afternoon started. LMU men getting things cranked up against Limestone at 7 p.m. And we'll have the coverage of that one following the Lady Rail Splitters match. Here's Jacob Titus. Walk receives. They'll set far pin. Hit across. Foy back set. Scharfenaker on the attack point. Rail Splitters 23-20. LMU has not led by more than 3 or 4 in this particular set at the most. Titus once more. Phillips with a great effort. Carvalho and Scharfenaker there to send it back. And again, point Lincoln Memorial. They stayed with it, had the arms turned correctly, and now we are at match point as the Rail Splitters look to move 500 on the year at 8-8 with their 6th win in the last 8 tries. Across and the ace to close the door. Jacob Titus shuts the door on the Pioneers for a 25-20 victory. LMU with its 2nd win of the year over Tusculum. Powerade postgame show coming up next, brought to you by the Middlesboro Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Stay with us on the LMU Sports Network.
Whether traveling for business or pleasure, Sleep Inn and Suites of Middlesboro, Kentucky invites you to dream better here. Located at the foothills of the Cumberland Gap, Sleep Inn and Suites offers luxurious rooms equipped with microwave fridge combo, desk, ergonomic chair, wireless internet, and 32-inch flat-screen TV. While staying with us, visit our fitness center, wake up to our complimentary hot breakfast bar, or have a bedtime snack with our fresh-baked cookies. Sleep Inn and Suites, located off Highway 25E, Middlesboro.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there, and they never tasted this good.
From good food to good music, Angelo's in the Gap has your recipe for a good time. Whether it's our signature cuisines, piping hot and fresh from the oven, or our cold selection of domestic beers and other adult beverages, Angelo's blends your taste buds with the finest local music around Wednesday through Saturday night. If you're looking to unwind or to begin pregame, catch Angelo's Happy Hour from 4 to 6 p.m. daily in the vault. Angelo's open 4 to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to midnight Friday, noon to midnight on Saturday, and noon to 9 p.m. Sunday. Angelo's in the Gap.
Commercial Bank is your neighborhood bank. What makes us different from other banks? We understand that every customer has unique opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. We don't expect you to fit into the same box as the next person or business. Whether it's purchasing a home, saving for your child's future, or planning for your next vacation, we're with you every step of the way to navigate life's big decisions. Commercial Bank. Life made better.
3-0 win by the Rail Splitters over the Pioneers here today to improve their season record to 8-8. LMU has now won 6 of their last 8 performances. 25-18, 25-17, and 25-20 wins in today's outing. Your Powerade player of the match, Logan Curley, the senior from Penn Valley, California. And he joins us now here at courtside for today's Powerade postgame show. First of all, Logan, you looked about as comfortable out there as I have seen you in your entire career here today, and you were out of your mind in swinging on that ball.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And he's also a man of very few words. There were times out there, other than the category of service aces, or service errors rather, which I think got away from us from time to time. It almost seemed like we still had St. Patty's Day going on, like there might be some leprechauns running around out there giving us a call here and there.
Well, shoot, there was good energy all across the court all day. And since last Tuesday, we've been working really hard during practice, really drilling the out-of-system ball and really just talking, communicating, and having fun out there more than anything.
This is the first time we've really gotten to speak with you about the season on the air this year. This year started like no other that I can remember. I mean, it was a very difficult start. I don't care really the level of competition. I mean, you know, you're playing Division I's, which, you know, is still in the same pool. But for us to start out in a hole like that, I don't ever remember that. And that's got to be tough to swallow.
Yeah, I mean, this goes back to my freshman year. I know we started the same way. We had a tough schedule right in the beginning, and we pulled back, ended up finishing even, I believe, just above. And a lot of what we've been working on since freshman year is finally coming into fruition this year, and that's why we're having a rough start. And now we're just easing into it and letting it flow.
You know, we've not seen Ryan Foy back in the lineup, or at least I haven't here in quite a while. He came in, he looked a little bit rusty there early on, but he finally started to hit everybody right in their wheelhouse with the sets. A.J. Risby is a guy who, you know, he's a senior. He's very comfortable out there on the floor. What's the difference in the way the two set that's hard to adjust to?
So A.J. is a very calculated player. He'll look at the lineup beforehand, and he'll see who's on the net, and he'll think about his sets before he goes out there. Ryan is an on-the-fly setter, which it has its advantages, especially when you have situations where he has to go up and the ball is tight, and he can go up and block a little bit stronger than AJ can, but AJ can flip it around. So Ryan's a younger, less experienced guy, but he knows how to flip the ball around, and AJ's got that experience on his side to know, okay, higher chances this ball is going to get a kill.
In the last match I called against Emmanuel, I thought we did a great job early on of starting things from the middle, then working to our outsides and kind of keeping the opponent off balance, if you will. Today it didn't seem like, for the most part, that the middle power was necessary. We did things from the outside. We did things from the back row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of the situation. The passing was a little bit off at first, and you could see it where the sets went, usually a little bit higher to the outsides and the pins. But once we do get those outside kills, it gives the opportunity to the middles for them to get the kills because the defense is more spread out in the back.
So looking at the statistics here, and I know that when we were at the end of set 2, and my glasses keep fogging up, you're going to have to grant me a little bit of leeway here. You're 524 is what you wound up with, 13 kills on 21 total attacks. You were going toe-to-toe with Justin Scharfenacre. He winds up with 14 today, hitting 650. Both of those are off the charts. Does it help open things up for you when you've got that attack coming from the other side, or you've got somebody else that's really having a day?
Oh, absolutely, because then the front row really likes to adjust. Okay, this guy's getting a lot of kills, and if there's two guys that are on fire, which way is it going to go? They have no idea. And so it really opens it up, gives us a lot of floor space to work with.
Serve, receive, I keep just hammering this, and I know people at home saying, hey, brings this up every time. It's so vital. The last match that I called against Emmanuel, we seemed to maximize in every category. Today, we had our problems on the service line.
Yeah, today was a little off. We've been working on it more. The biggest thing is the service errors that were made were aggressive. They were out the back. They weren't into the net, which is what you want to see more of because it's easier to take pace off of it. It's harder to get mentally more pace on the ball.
You're going to square off against Limestone this coming Friday. It'll be a 7 o'clock match. It's one of 3 consecutive here at home, counting today's match. Obviously, I know that you guys have got to be looking forward to taking the floor again on Friday, but then on Saturday, too, against Queens, and in that one, hopefully getting a little bit of payback.
Yes, absolutely. We went to their place, lost in 5, controversial calls, but at home, we don't lose in Mary Mars.
It is definitely a feared place to play for opponents, no doubt about it, and you're one of the big reasons why. Congratulations, you're our Powerade Player of the Match.
Thank you, Rusty.
All right, Logan Curley of Penn Valley, California. He has had another tremendous game today, as we have seen several individuals throughout the weeks as our Powerade Players of the Match. We're going to get John Cash in here shortly. We're going to take a brief timeout, and we'll be back. Stay with us on the Lincoln Memorial University Sports Network.
Whether it's for the big game or a good time, Pappy's is your celebration destination. Locally owned and operated, Pappy's has been serving the area for more than 35 years and has over 500 foreign and domestics to choose from, as well as other craft beers, growlers, kegs, champagne, and a wide selection of wines. Pappy's also carries many of your favorite and hard-to-get snacks, camping supplies, T-shirts, hoodies, koozies, and more. Pappy's even has storage units for rent and carries ethanol-free gasoline. Pappy's open 7 days a week just off Highway 58 on Station Creek Road, Ewing.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new papadilla, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Rail Spitters improved to 8-8 with the win here today over the Pioneers. Second time this year that Lincoln Memorial has emerged victorious over Tusculum. And now they turn their attention to this Friday evening's match with Limestone. Before we talk about that, John Cash, head coach of the Lincoln Memorial University men's volleyball team, joins us. And, Coach, I know we didn't play the perfect match today, but we played well, we played aggressive, and as you said a minute ago, Logan Curley and then Justin Scharfnaker can be thrown in there as well. They played out of their minds today.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we did a really great job of first ball side out, especially in those first 2 sets. Hitting 720 in that first set and 458 in the second. That was just a lot of clean ball. So even if they did something really nice, we came right back and got the ball back, and were able to turn around and get it back into our side and be able to do what we wanted to do. I was really happy with that. I was happy we were able to get Ryan in on that third set, and it took us a little while to get going. But once we got going, we kind of expected that. Once we got going, we knew we were in good shape. So I was very proud of all the guys, quite frankly. Logan played outstanding. He played with no guard on today. He just went after it, and that's the guy I love to see when he comes out and does that in practice. And then we see it in the game, because we don't always see that out of him in the game. But today, he put us on his back a little bit and just said, here we go, hang on.
And you've got to be especially happy to see that, him being a senior on the squad, and really he's had to earn his time on the floor.
Absolutely. He's been in a battle with Jacob and Cole and Joe when we have Joe available. I mean, that is our deepest position, and it's tough. And it's day to day. We're statting every day. We're watching what's going on every day, and we're going, okay, on our gut a little bit, who's looking at what. And his last 2 weeks have been super solid. And, we went to Queens, and he had a couple overpasses. He was hitting great, had some overpasses, switched him and Cole out. And I told him, I go, it has nothing to do with your offense or your defense. It was just purely ball control. I'm going to give you another shot tomorrow, clean it up. And, man, has he cleaned it up since then. He's been on a roll. He's playing great ball.
Not to say that your comment was assuming anything, but when we played Lindenwood, despite the loss, you felt like that would probably be the turning point in the season for us, that we would start battling our way back, and that's exactly what they've done.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I still think sometimes we're our own worst enemy. I mean, honestly, the competition, I say it all the time to the guys, it's not who we're playing on the schedule, it's us in the gym. And it's all about our approach. If we want to come into the gym and work hard and really take time and get better at our craft, we show it on the floor then. Defensively, King and tonight, I mean, we've been pretty stingy of digging some good balls, some good swings, points that have scored on us earlier in the year. They're not scoring as easily now. That's a mentality coming into it and doing your homework. There's been other matches where, quite frankly, we've had other teams do it to us, and there's no excuse for that. It's one of those things where I look at it and go, we should be better. We've been working hard at this. This is just the mindset we came in with. So we're going to win as a team and lose as a team, and that accountability piece is going to be huge moving forward. I do feel like we're on a little bit of a momentous run of better play, offensively especially. Still some things to clean up, but I believe the guys are looking at this and going, okay, we don't have many matches left. I think it's finally setting in, and their practices have been really intense and fun. So they've earned a couple days off. We'll take it.
You mentioned the momentum that this team is on. I think you've won 6 out of your last 8 now. You did get Ryan Foy back on the court today in set 3. It's got to be good to see him out there.
Absolutely.
Yet this team has still not been at 100%, and you've got 4 of your next 5 here at home. That's got to be the shot in the arm that they need to maybe go into this IVA tournament on a positive note. A lot of business to take care of.
Oh, lots of business to take care of.
But you got to like where you are.
We do. We do like where we're at. We like where our depth is. We like the contributions we're getting from everybody. And, you know, Ryan being a nursing student, he's got clinicals, he's got all this stuff going on. It's difficult. You know, we have to remind everybody, these are student athletes. And our nursing program's no joke, so Ryan has to miss.
Fact.
And, you know, he can't have anything less than a B or he gets the boot, and he knows that, and so do we. So we try to facilitate and help him in any way we can. And that extra time he has to get in the gym, sometimes he's by himself. Just the way it is, you know. And so the other guys have been really good about calling him, making sure he's good, get everybody back where we need to be. Competition's been at a high level. I think AJ's playing really, really good ball right now, getting better every day, kind of getting back into his rhythm as well. So the guys are doing their thing. Moving forward, I feel good about our positioning. We will have to be very disciplined from here on out, obviously. We'll see Tusculum here again. A lot of IVA teams. We'll be on the road with Lees McRae, and Lees McRae has been in every match they've played this year. Don't look at their record. They can play, and we're playing them at their place, so that'll be a very motivated game for them. We don't have a weak sister left on the schedule. We just have to come out and do our job. I feel like if we can do that, then we'll be sitting in a good position come IVA tournament time. If we don't, then we got a fight on our hands, and it'll be of our making.
Lees McRae on the road, as you mentioned. That's over in Banner Elk, North Carolina. Very tough place to play. But before that, you've got home matches against Limestone Friday, Queens on Saturday. For Limestone, a team you defeated 3-0 on the road. The Queens match, one in which you're, as I said to Logan Curley a minute ago, probably looking for a little bit of payback in that one.
Oh, yeah. We don't feel like we gave our best effort and obviously didn't get the result because of that. Service game, ball control falling apart at the wrong times. We had to play into some adverse moments there, and I didn't feel like we responded well. We did in a couple sets, but not overall. And it definitely wasn't a collective. So I think that'll be a refocus moment. We'll come out and be more disciplined, and we'll work hard to get where we want to be in that match. All of these matches mean a lot. So I think the guys know that now.
Coach, congratulations on the win today. Certainly we're looking forward to Friday evening's match. I know it's kind of an unprecedented match because it's going to follow Lady Rail Splitter Volleyball, and I don't know that the two have ever played in the same day.
Yeah, how cool is this going to be? So it'll be a lot of fun. We're excited. Get all the fans out for both sides of both teams, and we'll get after it, obviously. I think it's going to be a fun night of volleyball in historic Mary Mars Gymnasium.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you. Go Splitters.
All right, John Cash and the Rail Splitters again serve it up Friday evening, 7 o'clock. Pregame coverage will follow the Lady Rail Splitter broadcast somewhere, 10 minutes prior to first serve, and we hope that you'll join us here on the Sports Network. Special thanks to our crew today, Caitlin Chadwell, Kyle Naby, of course, Adam Haley, Jessica Jackson. Julia Valls, who started out the broadcast with us, and you, the viewers, for watching us here today as Lincoln Memorial wins it again in 3 over Tusculum. Your final score, 25-18, 25-17, 25-20. For everybody behind the scenes of Lincoln Memorial University men's volleyball, I'm Rusty Peace from Mary E. Mars Gymnasium. Have a great, great weekend, everybody.